I'm thinking about life in general, or right now, and I guess we'll call this video life in general. I'm at the age, um, I'm almost 50 years old, and sometime when you get this age, you stop, you sit back, you look over your life, you start to do an assessment, you start to evaluate yourself. You really truly look at yourself real close, and you see if you fit the bill of has your life been wasted? Have you are you in a position now at this age? Are you in this position now that you can influence a lot of the younger generation through your experience in life? Can you put a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in them based on choices and decisions you've made? Usually people my age, I have a son. I think he's 27 years old. My daughter, I believe she's 25, or both of them are somewhere along that age. I'm not good with all these numbers and stuff. So, I've been married to my wife. Of course, she probably gonna get upset. Well, no, I guess 20, 28, 30 years. I don't know, something like that. All that's important to women, keeping numbers and stuff. It ain't important to me. But I'm talking about being able to, have you gotten to the level in your life, man or woman, if you're my age and you fit the bill somewhere along this, that you can, have a positive influence on people? Can you give sound advice based on lifestyle choices and decisions you made? And can the generation coming behind you see any wisdom reflected in your words based on what they see you have done in life? I've tried to make sure that while I am living and breathing, that I'm constantly always trying to learn something. And one reason why I do that, because it helps keep your mind sharp. I could tell that some things was getting ready to take place and change, because I understand the challenges that go on with humanity. I'm a deliverance minister, so I really understand a lot. And so I had to pick up the electric guitar, and I am in the process of learning it and playing it. I've been playing a few services, but I really didn't want to play it. I had no desire to play it, but I saw the need. They were probably going to need it there, and so I went ahead and just stepped on in and decided to learn that. I don't get to spend much time with it. Maybe about 15, 20 minutes every, 3-4 days a week, 3 days a week, maybe, if that much. Then I have practice, I learn a little bit more. I'm trying to get my schedule around to learning that, because we're in garden season right now. Plus now it's really cold out here now. I don't know what's going on, but it's cold. But, I know how to play the bass. I know how to do the drums. But I started to think about, life in general. Because just in the grand scheme of things, I know how fast 20 years went by. And 20 years may seem like a lot of time to some people, but it's really, truly not a long time. Because 20 years from now, I'm going to be knocking on doors 70 years old. And surely by then, I should have been able to gain even more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to impart to the younger generation. One thing I've definitely become a very good judge of is good judge of character, a good judge of men's heart and intent. And I ascribe that, or let me see, I accredited that to actually living a set apart life and being a pastor in the Hebrew Israelite faith, because, and especially the ministry of deliverance, because that's where you begin to understand the character and nature of men. So I try to make sure that I have a positive influence on men's life. Now, I understand we live in a very undisciplined, unruly generation, and most people that at my age have squandered their life, live very riotously, very foolish, and it's a sad situation. And then there are those who are my age who have just lived only for themselves. And even though they live only for themselves and they have amassed a lot for themselves, they can't even really enjoy it. I know one thing about life: you can't buy happiness. Happiness is not for sale. Of course, the scriptures teaches us and counsels us to buy the truth and sell it not. And of course, with all these GMO foods and chemtrails in the sky, and very few people are actually working on detoxing their system in order to try to make sure you keep a sound mind, because these things have an effect on you. When you're sick, you think differently when you're healthy. And life goes by really fast. It is real true that we're only here for a short period of time. Now, sound wisdom and advice is this: if it is possible, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not possible. That's why it says if possible. Do whatever you can to live a quiet and peaceful life. Now, you have to understand that there are those people out there, you are the motivation for their life. You are the sole source of the reason why they live and they breathe. Because they can't do life unless they're angry or upset at you. And I've learned over the years that anytime somebody is angry at you, you control them. So whoever you're angry at, they end up controlling you, because they end up consuming your thoughts. And not only do they consume your thoughts, they have an effect on your life. And then it ends up affecting your health. And it affects your mind, where your mind should be. Your mind should be sound. And then the things that you should do, you can't do. All your conversation steers towards those who you are either bitter against or have hatred or malice or ill will towards. And it's just, life is just entirely too short. Over the years, I've had a lot of people that they've chosen to either be my enemy or to unfriend me or no longer be a friend. They can't say I personally done anything to them. That is the truth. One thing I do is I make sure in life that I try to make sure I personally have not done anything to anyone to where when I stand before the King, I have a good, clear conscience. Now, can people make up stuff? Sure they can. But I usually try to do whatever I can to get it right. But some people, they just angry. They just angry people, and you ain't going to get it right with them. So guard your thoughts, guard your mind, and know that everybody's just not going to be on the same sheet of music. Get rid of the people out of your life that causes a lot of pain. Get rid of those. You don't need them in your life. Try to be clear in conscience, clear in mind, clear in attitude, with the Creator of the universe, Almighty Yahweh Himself, the Messiah Yahshua. Cultivate friendships, build relationships, because you're going to need these relationships as you get older. You're really, truly going to need these relationships, because you just never know. You never know how life will turn, because a lot of people burn bridges in life, and I mean they burn them hard too. They literally destroy them. Of course, that's their choice. That's their decision. That's their prerogative. I notice I've been using that word a lot. It's your choice. It's your decision. It's your prerogative. But know that you're responsible for any choices and decisions that you make in life. And because you make a choice and a decision, that doesn't mean everybody's going to go along with it. However, it is your choice and decision. Because when you get finished looking at it all, you can only hope that you have been an honorable, holy person. Not in the eyes of man, because you're not going to please man, but you really truly have done your due diligence to be an honorable, holy person in the eyes of the Creator, and that you've done good by all men, especially if it's in your hand to do good, and that you are a living example to strengthen the people that are coming behind you. That's what it's all about. It really truly is. I hope I said something to encourage you this day. I want y'all to be at peace and smile and think on something lovely and peaceful and joyful.